What's up, YouTubers? And today we're going to be talking about 5 depressing animes. Why am I doing this to myself? Why on earth would I talk about depressing animes? I'm a guy who likes to laugh. People on my Twitch say they have the time of their life laughing away, so why would I want to go through this hell? Thanks. You guys wanted it, you guys liked the idea, so we're going to be talking about it. We're going to be talking about anime on this list that either have depression as a main focus in the storytelling, or characters that just have a depression. As long as depression plays a factor in the storyline, it's involved in this list. So let's get this quick stuff out of the way. These anime are in no particular order, so this isn't a top 5 list. These animes are full of my opinions, so feel free to leave your opinions down in the comment section below. And while you're down there, feel free to leave a subscribe and a like. It'll help the channel out. Let me know you like these kinds of content. And I think that pretty much gets the boring stuff out of the way. So let's jump into the first one, Elfen Lied. I can already feel my stomach turning. It's literally spinning right now. Elfen Lied is not only a depressing story, but it's also got some horror aspect thrown in there. So if you're a person who likes horror, maybe you'll enjoy this as well. With some occasional nudity that I cannot show. Jesus Christ. So what's Elfen Lied about? Well, it's about these 2 students who came across this mysterious girl who's been washed up on shore. Unbeknownst to them, she was programmed by the government to become a killer with supernatural abilities. What are these powers? Well, I'm just going to say invisible tendrils that can rip you to shreds. A lot of bodily horror is in this. I cannot honestly show you guys. I think YouTube would instantly ban me if I showed you what was on there. But trust me when I say this sci-fi thriller does not hold anything back when it comes to the violence and the storyline. They really use the mystery aspect of this extremely well. And with the way the story is being presented, you actually feel really sorry for the mysterious girl Lucy. Not only because of what she became after the memory loss, but because of what we learn about her growing up. Jesus Christ, I wish I could go up and give her a hug. But then again, I'll probably die. Oh wait, this is YouTube. I'll probably be unalived. This is a really good story. I highly recommend it if your stomach can handle it. My stomach did not, but I tried, and I did enjoy it. The next one up, guys, is Magicka. I have no idea if I even pronounced that right. Magicka, as I'm going to henceforth call it, is a magical girl genre put right on its head. I'm pretty sure we're all familiar with magical girls. Sailor Moon is a good example. However, this features depression. So, these girls go into a very depressed state. All thanks to one cat. Fuck that verbal.
I want you to make contracts with me and become magical girls! Would that be worth trading your soul for?
Nope.
Cubate, the demon, gives these girls magical powers in order to face off against witches that can threaten to destroy everything they know to man. Along the way, also uncovering a mysterious plot that can eventually destroy reality itself. Some shocking side effects for them becoming magical girls, and some head-ripping adventures. That probably wasn't the best line to use. This story really goes in depth, and I can see why a lot of people say this is the magical girl version of Evangelion, which is something we're going to be talking about soon. And what helps this storyline a lot, in my opinion, is probably because it was written by Gen Urobuchi, also known as Urobuchi from fans. In fact, Gen Urobuchi actually written up the Netflix Godzilla trilogy. He was also the writer for one of my favourite toku, Kamen Rider Gaim, which is really cool. I can see a lot of storytelling similarities with Kamen Rider Gaim and Magicka, which is why I recommend Magicka. Its storyline does so well. The movie ending as well, that was quite a shocking twist at the end. I wish there was a movie after that. We're probably never going to get that. But at the moment, Magicka, I really like it. Alright guys, since I mentioned this anime in the previous one, I guess I should mention it now, and that is Neon Genesis Evangelion. I'm pretty sure everyone at some point has heard of Neon Genesis Evangelion being literally the poster anime for depressing storylines. And it helps that it's got quite a few stories as well. Not only the main story, but we have a movie timeline storyline that a lot of people theorize is actually linked to the main timeline, but that's a whole other discussion. And a Netflix telling of the original storyline. Don't watch that. It's not that good in comparison, and it's just a cheap cop-out for Netflix. I say that while holding the Netflix version of Evangelion. Why on earth did they not include both audios?
Especially your heart. I am? Yes, and worth earning my empathy. Empathy? I'm saying I love you.
Yours especially.
You think so?
Yes, you're worthy of my grace.
Your grace?
I'm saying I like you.
Our main character, Shinji, has a lot going on for him. Literally being called in first by his father just so he can pilot a giant robot against a big monster. And if he doesn't, this poor girl, Rei, who's already injured, has to do it herself. Way to go on guilt-tripping Father of the Year right there. We also get a German girl who literally just wants to one-up everyone because she's number one.
Hey, why so gloomy? I'm the most popular girl in school. You should appreciate your good fortune. What are you, stupid?
While watching Evangelion, you see Shinji deteriorating from all that's happening, freaking out. Everyone having a go at him, when honestly he's done nothing bad. If you want my honest opinion, we gotta hate upon the Shinji from the Rebuild series more than this guy. That Shinji did far more worse. He made the end of the world happen. Twice! And it's not just Shinji either, even the girls start questioning, start deteriorating. And what's really shocking to me is after the last two episodes, which are honestly one of my favourite episodes of Evangelion, we're literally inside the heads of our characters after everything that's happened in the storyline. So after all that, I believe it was like fans of the creators just said, Shinji hasn't had enough suffering, let's make a movie so he can suffer even more. But the movie is really good as well. The end of Evangelion is quite a mental factory of destruction, despair, and questioning. I could not believe it. There is a reason why Neon Genesis Evangelion is literally the poster anime for depression. The story is amazing. The whole behind the scenes aspect as well is really good. Honestly, if you do like a deep dive into the story now, you can see how a lot has been packed into this as well. But I say caution when watching it, especially because of what they get up to. It's a lot. Another reason why I liked Neon Genesis Evangelion is because of the director of Raya being Hikari Anno. I might have mispronounced his name, I'm so sorry. He's also directed and written Shin Godzilla, one of my favourite Godzillas of all time. He even directed and written, I believe, Shin Kamen Rider. I've still yet to watch that, and I really can't wait to watch that. If you do like Evangelion, I do also recommend watching the Rebuild series. The Rebuild series is just basically a retelling / add-on of what Evangelion already gave us. Even though I like the original, the Rebuild series did really well, even though it took forever for it to be released. But yeah, I highly recommend Evangelion. The next one, guys, we're going to be talking about is ReZero, Starting Life in Another World. Already, I'm looking forward to talking about this one, guys, because it's an isekai where someone from our world gets transported into another world. Subaru gets transported into this other world with a unique ability called Return by Death. Return by Death, basically, it says on the title, as soon as he dies, he gets taken back to a specific point with those memories, and that's where the trauma goes. Can you imagine dying over and over and over again, having to repeat what's happening over and over and over again, trying to fix it? That's where the depression part comes in. I love that it gets tackled much more within Season 2. Season 1 basically focused Subaru using this ability to help his new friends out. While in Season 2, it's sort of like he's doing that, but he's also like focusing on himself to try and handle his mental state a lot more. I really do recommend this series. The whole return by death situation is really cool, and I think it's handled pretty well, especially when it's just not like instant die and then he just goes back. He's literally suffering to the point where he actually does go back by return by death. There is one particular scene that stands out to me so well, and that is when the credits roll. We literally see our character get frozen and start crumbling away. That was really well edited. I could not help but watch through that just to watch it happen while the music was playing. It was so intense. And I definitely know this has a very loyal fan base. Even the creator really enjoys it, giving it a spin-off manga series that takes place at a specific point, being a separate timeline as well, which is ones that fans really do love, and actually continues getting new chapters released yearly, I believe, as well. It's been a long time since I've actually had a look at it. I should probably have another relook. Even though our pal Subaru here is getting literally the short end of the stick, I do gotta say, I do like the fact that in Isekai Quartet, which is another anime series where you take the characters from ReZero and characters from 3 other Isekai animes, being Konosuba, Overlord, and Tanya, into a new school life. I am not kidding, that's an actual cool storyline. That at least in that storyline, he can actually like relax for once and don't have to worry about return by death or the fact that his friends are dying. I'm glad for that. Until he actually has to come back to this storyline. But yeah, I highly recommend ReZero. It's honestly one of my favourite isekais. And I gotta admit, I do like seeing Subaru get really messed with in the story. And finally, guys, probably the most famous one at the moment, because its final season, part 3, is getting released anytime soon, or is getting released now. Attack on Titans. Attack on Titans is depressing because of its storyline. It's a post-apocalyptic world where these giant, man-eating, naked monsters are attacking the last bits of humanity. And the whole world comes tumbling down when the Colossal Titan, which is bigger than this 60-foot wall, breaks it open and start bringing Titans to mash them all up. And of course the story gets amped up a lot more, with our main characters somehow receiving the power to turn into a Titan, take on these massive Titans as well, watching his comrades get chewed apart. And I think what does this really well, much like Evangelion, the story really shows that humanity can be their own monsters, battling with their own inner demons, even having to dance within the grey area of what's right and what's wrong. And that to me gets pushed to the limit when we go into season 4, where the whole idea of what's happening in the world of Attack on Titans is twisted, unable to know what is going on. With the whole story being twisted, our main characters don't even know what to do next, who their enemy is, or what could be right or wrong anymore. I know I'm really dancing around it, but I'm mainly doing that for those people who say they are watching Attack on Titans, jumped into this, and I just don't want to spoil those people who probably have hit season 2 or 3. Season 4, I gotta admit, is where the story takes a massive turn, so I do recommend you keep watching and try and get up to date as soon as possible. And I think that what makes this story stand out even more for me is what Ishiyama wrote, the creator of Attack on Titan. Ishiyama stated within an interview that he wanted to hurt his readers. When looking for inspiration to create Attack on Titan, he got inspired by a certain anime, manga, I can't remember. And he actually said that series hurt him so much, and when he wanted to create Attack on Titans, he wanted to give that same feeling to the readers/watchers. So if you ever felt extreme pain from watching Attack on Titan, you know who to blame. But that doesn't stop it from being an amazing storyline. I highly recommend it. Honestly, when I watch Attack on Titans, I don't want to stop. I want to keep going. I wanted to see what happens to Eren, Mikasa, and Armin on the next adventures. I can't wait to see what happens in Season 4, Part 3. I'm looking forward for it to get its English release. I'm looking forward to seeing how the story is gonna end, especially since I hear that the creator had a difficult time with the ending. I'm not quite sure. I'm pretty sure someone will correct me about that in the comment section below. But yeah, I recommend it, especially since there's a lot of hype behind it right now. And there we have it, guys. 5 depressing animes. It's finally over. As I said, I'm usually one to laugh and have a good time, so it's hard for me to talk about these depressing anime, but I'm glad I finally got through them. So that leaves one question, guys. Which one of these anime were your favourites? What anime would you say is your favourite? What anime would you say is depressing and you would recommend because of it? So I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Time for me to start smiling again. So until next time, this is me, signing out. Bye bye.